Hello, welcome to New Filmmaker LA in partnership with Movie Maker Magazine. I'm Nick Novicki, the founder and director of the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. The Film Challenge is an annual competition that puts disability in the entertainment spotlight. We give people with disabilities opportunities both in front of and behind the camera. And most importantly, our work is leading to jobs. Today, I'm so excited that we have the creative team behind So You Want to Be an Actor here with us today. But before we talk to them, let's see a clip from their film.
Hey, we're actually rolling.
Great. Hi everyone, I'm Addie, the acting coach, and today I'll be coaching Michaela, a young actor, star on the rise with extreme potential in the industry. And I should know, she wears a prosthetic leg just like moi.
Hey, my eyes are up here.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi.
Hey, it's good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here today. Can you guys introduce yourselves and talk about what you did on the film?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Katrina Rubenis Stevens. I'm the co-director, editor, but I also was the cinematographer and the on-location sound person. One-woman team.
Yeah, so you did a lot.
Yeah, one woman crew. You're looking at her.
Oh, and lights.
And lights. Yes.
I need lights.
And I'm Rachel Handler, and I wrote, produced, co-directed, and starred in So You Want to Be an Actor.
I love that. The two of you ladies, you got a lot of hats here, a lot of plates you're spinning on this production.
Oh yeah. I also did casting and location scouting, my house and Michaela's house. So.
Yeah. and then I was the PA driver that drove us to the location.
So you guys, I mean, you're a two-woman team here.
Yes.
But
yes.
you had a lot of great actors in this film and a lot of people that really helped you and helped market the film. And we're going to get to that in a little bit. But first, can you guys describe the film?
Sure. Yeah, this is like my little baby film. I loved writing this because as an actor with a disability, I get called in for a lot of the same types of roles, and I just got sick of being stereotyped into these particular boxes. So I decided to make a mockumentary about auditioning as an actor with a disability. And it was a ton of fun, just like poking fun at the stereotypes and letting a child, the future generation, letting her teach me, you don't have to stereotype yourself. You don't have to put yourself in a box, because a lot of us actors with disabilities and creators with disabilities, we experience our own sort of versions of internalized ableism, telling ourselves, well, I guess all I can play are hospital patients. I guess all I can do is be an angry veteran for the rest of my life, But that's just not the case. And I think we can learn a lot from these young kids with disabilities who don't have all of that, negative energy and ableism forced down their throat yet. Hopefully not ever. But I think we have a lot to learn from kids. So it was really fun to shoot this with Michaela, who just lives like 40 minutes away from Kat and I in New Jersey. So go New Jersey.
And Michaela is an incredible gymnast and dancer, and she's a model as well. And it was incredible to see her in action,
Yeah, she actually just did a Target campaign, which is really cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you talked a little bit about the inspiration here. For the film challenge, every year we have a certain genre and themes and props that have to be included. Rachel, it sounds like this was very personal to you. Did you and Kat just sit down and you were like, look, once you saw that it was mockumentary, were you kind of going through and saying like, here's different life experiences? Was there one thing that kind of really, triggered this creative process for the two of you?
You know what? I had this idea. I told Kat and we just sort of ran with it. She had the awesome idea of doing like spoofs of fake TV shows to help illustrate the point. So we came up with one together and then I brainstormed the rest. And it was just such a fun, like collaborative experience. Cause like actually at the time, every single woman working on this short film, and it was a cast and crew of all women. We all had disabilities, be them temporary or permanent. So we were all sort of experiencing disability in our own way. So that made it even more special to play around with this concept.
Yeah.
And Kat, you guys have worked together quite a few times now. What is this, 3 years in a row? You guys have co-directed and had a lot of success together. Were you working together before the film challenge, or did you guys find each other through this? Or can you talk about your collaboration?
Absolutely. Rachel and I actually met at a different film festival at the Westfield International Film Festival, which is a female-run, awesome, incredible festival here in New Jersey. And at the time, I was showcasing my short film that I had done the year prior. And Rachel was there, I believe, with her Easter Seals film from the year before. And
yes.
At one of the many networking events that they had there, screenings, whatever it was, Rachel found me and we were talking that evening, and we just kind of, became friends right there. And when the challenge 3 years ago came up, Rachel reached out to me and was like, hey, I met you that night at Westfield. Do you want to come on board this team? We both live in Jersey City. And that was it. I think we both realized like we both have such a passion for making these films together. And for me, it's very important that I keep doing these because as an ally, I need to help. I need to help make sure that there are films being told either about disability or with people with disabilities, even if it's not about that. And so for me, it's just really important that I keep, doing this and giving people work in the future from these challenges. Like you said, it begets work.
And speaking of challenges, Rachel, I mean, we got history now.
Oh yeah.
When I started the Disability Film Challenge, the first year there were not many films, and you were the first ever Best Actor. This is going back to 2014 was the first challenge. It started, submissions in 2013, and you've been a part of it since the beginning, and it's kind of awesome to see, your progression as an artist. I mean, you did a great job as an actress from year one, but, really as a writer and director and creatively, you've kind of done so many interesting films, and, some of those films have gone on to get success in other areas and other festivals. Can you talk about the experience of being a part of the film challenge and what it's meant to you as a person and as an artist?
Yeah, totally. So I lost my leg in a car accident in 2012, and I wanted to keep auditioning, but I realized now as a musical theater actress with one leg, I was not getting the same amount of auditions that I used to. So I got cast in a feature film called Smothered. And that, it was like an indie film written and directed by John Schneider. And that like piqued my interest into indie filmmaking and writing your own story. And so the next year, that was 2013. So then when I heard about the Disability Film Challenge in 2014, I was like, this is serendipitous. Like the stars are aligning. I have to do this film challenge. So at the time I was living in South Jersey with my parents with no resources, no idea what I was doing. But my friend's husband had a camera. He knew how to edit a little bit, and we just did the thing. And it was the first short film script I ever completed. And it just felt so good to make something of my own, like a character that I could be proud of. And from there, it just spiraled, like the next, I might have skipped a few years, but then another year I made a film and won like a Best Comedian award in a different film festival. Another film I made for the challenge won me the AT&T Underrepresented Filmmaker Award. And now I've done like different workshops with Respectability, Black Magic Collective as specifically a writer and producer. So I'm moving on with my work behind the scenes and not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera, which is really cool and something I never really expected to do before I became disabled, to be honest. But now it's like, I'm just really passionate about sharing the stories that I experience as a disabled woman. And I think that's a perspective we're missing a lot of in the entertainment industry. And that's why I love the Film Challenge. It just like pushes you to like, do the thing. It doesn't matter if you have no resources, no experience, just do it. You never know.
Yeah, no, and I think that's, to me, always what I felt like was so important with the Film Challenge is you don't need to have like, the cast and crew of Avatar. You can do a very small film, and if you have a good story, then you're able to kind of, bring out emotion and connection, especially within the disability community, where we are very underrepresented. But I feel like through the Film Challenge, it's like a family, I mean, the competition gets a little intense, but, in terms of people being like, people are working on their films all year and getting crews together. And so it's very competitive.
Some of the crews that people have gotten together in LA, I've been like, whoa, like Kat and I had a crew of about 10 people in 2019. And that was by far the biggest crew we've ever had. And it was amazing. But yeah, doing the Film Challenge, it's just a great way to network. And like specifically when I cast my films, I always like to work with new people. So I'm constantly meeting other actors and writers and directors with disabilities. And I think that's really, really special too. Like Jaleesa, who has done my shorts, she didn't do much before that. And now she's in like a huge TV show. So it's just like work begets work. And if I can give more opportunities to other people, like it's just incredible. I can't say enough good things about the Film Challenge and all the success stories it brings.
Yeah, well, it's because people like you, and the second part, what I was saying is like, it gets competitive. Is that it's not just the competitive part, it's also that sort of embracing, and that family element where you do have people like Jaleesa who, just as you said, all of a sudden ends up working a lot in other areas, but sometimes she'll kind of morph into another team, or you'll start working with somebody else that the year before was in a different film, and they join that Rachel Kat family and end up kind of, forming into your niche. Because at the end of the day, look, this is a small community. And, it becomes a little bit of like, as a little person saying, hey, it's a small world, but it is a small world. In the sense that, look, there's very few storytellers and people that work behind the camera and content creators with disabilities. And I'm very proud that so many people have used the Film Challenge as a platform to have themselves heard and not talk about what they want to do, but actually creating content. And, whether that's on a small scale with a couple people or with a larger crew, or whether that's being recognized and seen. And, ultimately, it's not just talking about, I want to do this, but it's about putting themselves out there and creating something. And some of those projects end up resonating with a lot of people and get turned into something bigger. Last year, your film, How Much Am I Worth, that you guys did, really, I mean, I saw it everywhere and I continue to see it everywhere. It's got its own life of its own, and I know we want to talk about this year's film, but, can we talk about that for a minute? And, I guess, can you talk about that project being developed further?
Yeah, I mean, last year, because it was the first year that it became the at-home challenge for the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge, making a documentary as the genre, while at first could seem kind of daunting, Rachel immediately knew that the story that she had to tell, again, a very personal story, and a story that, for me, coming from a country where our healthcare it's a given, we take it for granted, telling a story about how Americans with disabilities are struggling to get the help that they need from their insurance companies. I think the film has gone on to reach such a large number of people that are all feeling something, even if it's not necessarily health insurance related, but something else medical, or not being taken seriously by a doctor. I mean, I had a doctor myself. I saw 6 different orthopedics before someone took me seriously and operated on me earlier this year. That everyone has this struggle somewhere with that story. And so the fact that the film has gone on to Slam Dance and big festivals, we're just, everyone wants more. And so the idea of, hopefully turning it into a feature or a series, or giving it a little bit more life and trying to keep fighting that battle, is really exciting.
It really is. And it screened at NewFilmmakers LA last year too. Yes. So that's another kind of cool, here we are again, and you guys keep doing great work, and then you're back in NewFilmmaker LA.
Love it.
We're almost out of time, but I know I could talk to you too for hours, because I am such a fan of both of you as artists and as people. So I appreciate you so much. Can you talk about anything else that you have coming out? And then beyond that, where can we find you?
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. So I love making short films, but I have started writing pilots and features. And my comedy pilot, Lame, was just named a quarterfinalist in the Stage 32 TV comedy screenwriting. So that's really exciting. And we're hoping to get some traction on that script and hopefully shoot the pilot someday, because it's a really funny pilot about a group of friends with disabilities, and they all live in the city and they solve their problems, like dealing with health insurance, in really hilarious, ridiculous ways. So I'm really excited about that win. And yeah, I'm just like auditioning, writing more, just spreading the word that I'm here and I'm ready to work.
Hire her.
Yes. And for me, I'm about 2 weeks away from directing a short film that is that's written by ex-military, and all of the cast are military or reserves, and the film is raising awareness for the growing suicide rates in military veterans. But it's just a short, beautiful, magical film about a sister and a brother, and I'm really excited for that. We go into production in just under 2 weeks, and then beyond that, it's I think I might take a short vacation.
Well,
yes. Oh, well, yeah, we're going to Joshua Tree for Slam Dance next month, so that'll be our vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the vacation doesn't last into next year's film challenge, because I'll tell you what, if I don't see a film from the Cat Rachel team, I mean, I'm end up crying.
We got
now where
that's
can
high
people,
praise. Thank you.
where can people find you on social media, websites?
Oh yeah, my website's just rachelahandler.com. On IMDb, I'm Rachel Alana Handler. And on Instagram, I'm at bionic.brunette because I wear a gold sparkly prosthetic leg. I don't think I mentioned that. And Twitter, I'm just at Rachel Handler.
And for me, my website is my full name, which is a bit weird and long, but hopefully it's written in the thing, Katrina, Rubenis-Stevens.com. And on Instagram, I like to keep most of my film projects on my at Mama Makes Movies, because I'm also a mom, so I'm dealing with that in the film industry too.
As a new dad, I mean, that's, I have a lot more admiration, and, it's another layer that I think adds another layer of inspiration.
Do you know what I found helps as well is just embracing that my child is with me and putting him in my projects or taking him to film festivals and just letting him grow up as an artist baby, and that's fine.
I remember you had him with you when we met at Westfield, and that was like one of the things that drew me to you. I was like, oh, look at that adorable baby. I have to talk to her,
Well, that's awesome. Well, I unfortunately, the time is done for today's discussion, but the work continues. I can't wait to see what the two of you continue to do together. I hope to see a film from the Rachel Cat team next year and beyond, because you guys really do such great work. And I thank you again for your amazing talent and your amazing support. So until next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.